Samaton James Bear, leader of the People's African Union. Really sorry I can't say your name right. And you know, when I started covering leaders, I knew when I got to you, I have to go into this whole spiel about how the different nations, people, cultures, and religions of Africa don't actually have as much in common as pop culture likes to think they do, and so wouldn't logically merge into one faction like your game presents, and at best, to be realistic, it would have to be done with cunning diplomacy, strong-arm tactics, and probably a lot of military might. So I was going to berate your faction for being unrealistic. However, you completely succeeded my expectations in that you completely dodged them because that's exactly what you did in the lore. So congratulations, your faction managed to avoid my major complaint with it, which was something I wish I could say for the other factions. As for your faction bonuses, however, first half is that you get a food bonus when healthy, which is actually pretty good as it lets you grow cities quite well. However, since it requires you to be healthy, it does mean it's not always active. However, it also prevents you from going into really unhealthy territory in the game, so ultimately it's not bad. The specialist yield bonus is not very flashy, but it can be helpful, especially if you build your cities around it. And your bonuses actually somewhat make sense. Your massive simping for Egypt explains why you have a focus on food, and your specialist makes sense because you specifically made deals with the American Chinese factions and built up your education system specifically to create specialists. So that actually makes total sense. And you as a leader are a bit more funny. First of all, you keep talking about Egypt. I'm convinced you must have it down bad for Cleopatra. But the other thing is that as you seem like a relatively reasonable guy, although a bit backstabby it seems, but ultimately your AI is also kind of funny as it's mostly peaceful and makes a great trading partner, great to have as a neighbor. But you almost always go down the harmony route I've seen. Like 9 times out of 10, you go down harmony and start splicing yourself with aliens. Like, you must apparently simp the alien hive mind very, very hard. I guess you just gave up on Egypt when you changed plans. Oh, speaking of which, I have a box that's supposed to be delivered to you. It's Cleopatra's Gamer Girl bathwater. Yeah? Hey, why don't you hit that sub button? You're gonna become a subscriber. Get to see my content quicker. Wouldn't that be nice? I bet so.